Hello and welcome to Host Planet Bitesize, the podcast brought to you by Host Planet and Hostfully. My name's James Varley, the founder of Host Planet, and our goal is to share everything you need to know about buying and managing short-term rentals. Today's guest is Lisa Rhodes, and she'll be sharing 5 reasons to attend the Host Planet Roadshow, which kicks off in Cornwall on the 5th of February. Okay, real talk now for all you hosts out there. You know that moment when your guest messages you again with, "Hey, what's the Wi-Fi code?" Or you're staring at 5 different calendars, wondering if you've accidentally double booked the cottage. Yes, we've all been there. That's why here at Host Planet, we recommend Hostfully. It's basically your rentals control center. It handles bookings across all the big platforms, syncs your calendars to ensure there are no double bookings, automates guest messages, and even creates these really slick digital guidebooks that stop all the repeat questions. Honestly, it just makes your life easier and keeps your guests happier, helping you achieve those all-important 5-star reviews. And here is a little bonus. If you're a Host Planet listener, you can get $500 off onboarding for Hostfully's property management software and 30% off digital guidebooks for life. Just hit the link in the show notes and use the codes PLANET500 for the PMS and Host Planet GB for the guidebooks. And if you'd like a proper walkthrough, there's also a link to book a demo with Frank Bosey from Hostfully. He will show you how it all works. Less stress, more bookings, sorted with Hostfully. Lisa, thank you for joining us on Host Planet Bitesize. The Host Planet Roadshow is just around the corner. The first event will be held in Cornwall on the 5th of February. And you've got 5 reasons why hosts and property managers should be joining us. So take it away with reason number 1.
I do. And I think the first one is that it's hyperlocal. The roadshow is going to deliver content which is very specific for the local business ecosystems in each area. And that's really important so that it's more valuable because we know that they're all very specifically different and one thing doesn't fit everybody. So I think that's the first good reason why people should come, because it's about learning about what's really important to their area.
100%, yeah, and like you say there, we are really trying to make things absolutely perfect for the local ecosystem, so that people can learn about what's going on in their space. The opening panel will be very much Cornwall dominated, so we'll be talking about the issues that are affecting Cornwall, like Visit Cornwall going into liquidation, for example. Our title sponsors Price Labs will be sharing data and information about the Cornwall market, maybe sharing some case studies, what happened in 2025, what to expect in 2026 and beyond. And it's an opportunity for, I think, everybody who's part of that holiday letting ecosystem to talk to the other people involved in it and to really shape the conversation and the agenda for short-term rentals in their region. So yeah, a really, really great opportunity, and everything will be hyper local. Okay then, Lisa, so reason number 2.
So number 2 is one of the reasons why I felt this roadshow was important is that it's difficult for people sometimes in the more, not, I'm going to say remote, but different parts of the UK to actually make some of the bigger, more central events. So this is about making a one-day format really high impact learning for somebody who takes, it's difficult to take that time out of your business, several days out of your business to go to a bigger event. So I think this is really important that we are going to condense into one day some really high impact learning and takeaways for people that potentially have never been to or cannot get to other events in the UK.
Very much so. And I think the vast majority of short-term rental conferences and events, they take place in London. We just had one in Manchester recently. We did something in Chester with Sykes Holiday Cottages, but most are in London. It can be very expensive to get to. It can be very time consuming. And I think difficult for a lot of property management, especially owners of these businesses, to say, right, I'm going away for 3 or 4 days for a conference. So I think it is important. And we've had these conversations a few times, haven't we? Even before the roadshow, like we need to get out into these communities and go to where the hosts and property managers are to help them, really.
Yeah. And as the founder of the Women in Short-Term Rentals movement, and I know it's not gender specific, and I know that men and women and other gender identities could be the primary parent or caregiver to whoever. But I think, there are a lot of people who really do struggle with that logistical balance between running a business and running your family. And so I think going local is going to help a lot more people to be able to attend this event. And that was one of the reasons why, we're very much in support of it.
Absolutely. Okay, then, Lisa, reason number 3.
So number 3 is that we're not going to swamp people with, some of these bigger events. You go in there and it's very overwhelming, and you walk in and there are just rows and rows and rows of different suppliers and tech suppliers, etc. And you're like, where do you start? And I think by having a smaller event, it is more intimate. It does give you an opportunity to have those conversations which could really make a difference to your business. So, we're not having huge numbers of sponsors, and the ones that are coming, that there's not really a compete, so you're going to get a chance to have some really sensible conversations, potentially with, a potential property manager partner or a potential data partner or something else that might really help your business. So I think that's really helpful than just being overwhelmed with rows and rows of exhibitors that you just don't even know where to start.
Yeah, a boutique event. And, we're really trying to curate the experience so that, we prioritize network and collaboration and learning from each other. I think, we've all been to these events where you have that light bulb moment. You might hear something said on your table if it's a round table discussion, or something said on stage, and like, oh gosh, that's something I can apply in my business tomorrow. So we want to have, lots of those light bulb moments where people think, oh gosh, great, I've learned something, and I can use that to improve my business. Okay then, Lisa, reason number 4.
So number 4 is, I know we've talked a lot about what the format should be, and we've both been to lots of events this year. So we've seen the formats in other events. And what I'd like to promote on this one is it's not a sit and listen. It's a come, take part, collaborate, engage, and be part of the conversation. So I think, what business owners often miss out on is it's a very lonely place to work on your own in STR business, whether you're a property manager or a host. And this is an opportunity to come and be part of a conversation potentially in a round table setting in most instances, where you can really have a good conversation that is really it might be a light bulb moment for your business. It might be that you make a connection with somebody that can help your business. It might be that you have a collaboration opportunity with another business in your area that you didn't even realize was there. So I think that's a really good reason to come to this particular event. It's not a sit, listen, it's a come and take part.
Absolutely, yeah, and it really will be round table focused. We're going to have table leads. There'll be competitions. There'll be discussions. There'll be icebreakers, of course, at the start. And we're going to completely finalize the content very, very soon, so we know exactly what that looks like. But yeah, that's the idea. Definitely, it's come and participate. It's not just sit and listen and maybe scroll on your phone for half of it. It's actually come and take part and shape this industry in your region. Okay, then, Lisa, 5th and final reason.
So this is a bit of a personal one, and again, I'm not particularly pushing it, any particular gender, but as the founder of Women in Short-Term Rentals, one of the things I'm really keen to do here is to get more women to come to this event. I've worked really hard over the last year to get greater representation of women from our sector to events, because I know that, their voices should be heard, their stories should be heard. If they're not there, they can't be part of the narrative that's shaping our industry. And what we've seen by doing that is that they then can step up into speaking roles and other roles within our industry. So I'm really keen to promote that women should come to these events. And maybe this is the first one they've ever been to, and it might be the door opener to them going to other things. I've seen it happen with women I've worked with this year, and I'm really proud of that. So I'm pushing the Women in Short-Term Rentals flag here, because I'd really like to encourage more women to come for that reason, really.
100%, yeah, and we're very proud for these events that the Women in Short-Term Rentals community is a delivery partner and helping us to shape the content and making sure that we deliver as much value as possible for the attendees that are coming along. We should also mention as well the Short-Term Accommodation Association, the STAA. They're the strategic partner for these events, so they'll be there and inviting local politicians, which I'm sure will be interesting, and lots of people will want to have conversations with, so we can explain the benefits of our sector. Price Labs are the title sponsor, and then we're working with various event partners. The first event partner is Speech Retreats in Cornwall. For the next event, Portsmouth, which is the 4th of March, our event partners are both 2 Isle of Wight businesses, so the Island Holiday Company and Just For You Holiday Homes. In London, it's going to be an event the day after the Short Stay Summit. We take a bit of a break for summer. Then we're in Nottingham with Simply Owners, the direct booking website. In October, we're with Curated Property in Bath. November with Sykes Holiday Cottages in Chester. And then in December with Adore Scotland and the Edinburgh Address in Edinburgh on the 3rd of December. So 7 events all across the country, and tickets are just £40 each. And if you're a member of Lisa's group, you'll be able to get a £10 discount. And I've managed to remember all that off the top of my head.
Impressed.
So I'm quite pleased with myself. You can tell I've written this a lot of times.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. And as you said, I have actually promoted the fact that, as I said, you very kindly offered us a discount code for our Women in Short-Term Rentals community that is promoted within our community group. And so I think we've made this a very accessible price. And they're going to get a huge amount of value from attending at that ticket price. I don't know of any other events that are offering such great value for such a low ticket price.
100%. And if people want to join your group, where do they go?
So we have 2 groups, actually. We have a Facebook group called Women in Short-Term Rentals, and we actually have a LinkedIn group called Women in Short-Term Rentals too. So either of those groups are accessible depending on what platform is your preferred platform to use.
Fantastic. And we'll put the links to those in the show notes so people can sign up if they wish. Lisa, I'm really excited about the first Roadshow event, 5th of Feb in Cornwall. Looking set to be a great day. Thanks so much for sharing the 5 reasons why people will be coming along and for joining us on Host Planet Bitesize.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Very excited to be part of this. I think it's going to be a great year next year, taking more education out to more business owners. That's exactly what we should be doing. So I'm very pleased to be part of that.
All right, that's it for today's episode. My thanks to Lisa for joining us and talking all things Host Planet Roadshow. Make sure you join us in Cornwall on the 5th of February. Tickets are just £40 each. Head to hostplanet.club for further details. Remember, this podcast is brought to you in collaboration with Hostfully, which is trusted by short-term rental professionals across the globe. As a Host Planet listener, you get 2 exclusive offers: $500 off onboarding for Hostfully's property management software. Just use the code PLANET500, and 30% off digital guidebooks for life. Use the code HostPlanetGB. To grab these deals, click the link in the show notes or head to hostfully.com. For more free education, tips and trends from the STR industry, visit hostplanet.club, where you can sign up for our newsletter, listen to our podcasts, and download a suite of ebooks for hosts and property managers. That's it for today's episode. Until next time, happy hosting.